Hi, this is Johnny Bergen with another Chicago Blues guitar lesson. This is a request, and it's a really great one. Mean and Evil Blues by Elmore James. This is in A, standard tuning, not using a pick. All right, let's have at it. Has a great 4-bar intro, and then I'm going to go over some of the strumming patterns and the solo. So here we go. Something real similar to that. I'm going to play it in time now, or play it in the rhythm more like the record. I like the way he doesn't really do this. He kind of hits the whole dang thing. And I'm just using my thumbnail. It sounds really good here. So let's try that. So, you know, it's kind of like the Robert Lockwood, that thing. But, you know, he has this, he always has that aggression, right? Or, and you could do that part like, you could actually do one stroke and hit 2 strings. Then he plays the E7th and the low E. My baby's so mean. I kind of hear this. This is like your bedrock strum pattern. And then he goes, when I lived in a small town, and you were so sweet to me. And you even hear this. Like, oh, when I lived in a small town. Or you can hear, you might hear that. That's great. That's just your A chord. Rock it back and forth a little bit. And then your 4, I'm just leaving out the A string. So 5th fret on the A, 4th fret on the D, 5th fret on the G. So A chord, 4 chord, 5 chord. E7th. Let's try that again. Something similar to that. That was pretty close. I lost it at the end there. Killer solo, huh? Again, like there's a swing with those downstrokes, you know? I mean, it would really be lame if you had a pick and you were going, I don't have a pick handy, but give it a little tug. Yeah! He's really... I love all the repetition in the solo, and he just kind of plays a lot of the same things and just puts them in slightly different ways. Like that's how he gets out of the gets where he's about to get into the 5 there. Notice he doesn't do this. That would almost ruin it. He really lets the notes speak for themselves. So let's try the solo one more time, and I'm just gonna I'm not gonna worry about it playing exactly like the record, but I'm gonna try to play like the record, but it's probably gonna go off a little bit. So that was not exactly like the record, but I tried to take the same examples of playing these sort of... That's what it is. That's that good one. So he just has a few elements he's working with. That, and then... And, you know, he lays it all out at the beginning, doesn't he? His only vibrato, pretty much, in the whole song is at that very beginning, the solar plexus of your 5 chord. Or, he tends to get a little more worked up as the song goes on, so he starts out pretty calm. By the time later on he's like, you know, he's playing it with a lot more bite. So again, you know, have fun with this solo and practice these strumming patterns, you know. I'm gonna try to get a little bass here. Or this. Tell if that dot 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 da is there or not, or if that's a Jimmy Dawkinsism or not, but I like it. You could just go, I lived in a small town. You know, I used to see this guy, Oliver Davis, who owned the Delta Fish Market, and he played in the Elmore style, and he would actually play his chords like this. But he was in open E or open D, but it was like dot 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 dot. You'd really catch that. I seem to remember that. So anyway, yeah. So have fun with this solo. I'm going to leave it at that. Nice, short, and sweet lesson. Really enjoy playing this song. Try to just get that good swinging downstroke with the flesh of your thumb or your thumbnail. If you learn one thing from this lesson, and then that's hammer on 5th to 6th, 5 to 7, and then yeah. Alright. That's it. That's how he walks into those bends, which I'm assuming everybody knows that, but that's 7th fret up, 5th fret. See how that time I just dragged the fresh of my thumb along? You can cover a lot of ground that way, not having to worry about like a new stroke for every note. All right, so Help me out, guys. If you know who played in this record, I just didn't see it. And I looked at the Stephen words. Maybe I missed it. I know a lot of that stuff was recorded in New Orleans. Some of it was in Los Angeles, the Meteor, the Flare stuff. I know it came out on record like in 1960, but I'm curious as to who played on it when it came out as a single. But hope you enjoyed trying to play in this style. I love how stripped down it is, and it's harder than it sounds at first, because like everyone's heard these notes repeated and repeated, but he has this uncanny way of putting them in such a devastating place. Thanks for your support. Join me on Patreon if you enjoy these lessons. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends. I hope to see you at a show, and thanks. See you next time.